Hello and welcome to Animated Education. Today we are going to solve rational equations. So in order to solve a rational equation, we need to rearrange the equation in a way so it would look like this. F of x divided by g of x is equal to 0. Now we say that f of x is equal to 0 and g of x is not equal to 0 because we can't divide by 0. So let's move to our first example. Let's say we have 1 of x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now we need to make sure that 1 of x plus 2 we make a one fraction. Okay, so we need to make a common denominator. So let's multiply 2 by 1. It means multiply it by x over x. So we get that 1 over x plus 2x divided by x is equal to 0. Now that our denominator is common, we can simply add the fractions. And we get that 1 plus 2x divided by x is equal to 0. Now we see that 1 plus 2x must be equal to 0 and x can't be 0. Okay, so let's solve this equation. So move this one to the other side and we get that 2x is equal to minus 1. Now let's divide this equation by 2 and we get our x. Our x is equal to minus a half. Now we must not forget that x can't be 0. But because our x from this equation is not 0, we don't really care about it. Our answer is 1 minus 1/2. Okay, let's move to another example. Let's say we have 3 divided by 2x and it is equal to 4. Now we need to do the very same thing. We move the 4 to the other side and we get that 3 over 2x minus 4 is equal to 0. Now we also need to make this one fraction, so we get that 3 over 2x, let's multiply 4 by 1. In our case, it would be 2x over 2x, so 4 times 2x over 2x. You see, I'm multiplying by 1, so I don't really change anything in this equation, but I make common denominator, and that helps us add fractions, or in our case, subtract fractions. Okay, so it's equal to 0. Now we can simply subtract one fraction from another and we get that 3 minus, don't forget to multiply 4 by 2 and we get 8x divided by 2x is equal to 0. Now that we did that, we do exactly the same thing as in previous example. We say that our numerator is equal to 0, so 3 minus 8x is equal to 0, and the 2x can't be 0. Can't be 0. So from this equation we get that x can't be 0, x can't be 0, and from here we get that. Let's move 8 to the other side. We get that 3 is equal to 8x. Don't forget that when we are moving a number to the other side of the equation, the sign changes. And we get that x is equal to 3 over 8 because we multiply both sides by 8. And we solved our equation. Our answer is 3 over 8. Let's say we have 3 divided by x plus 2 and it is equal to minus 1/3. Now we move minus 1/3 to the other side and we get that it is 3 over x plus 2 plus 1/3 is equal to 0. Now, we can't multiply by 1 in this example. I mean, we can, but it's not so convenient as it was in our previous examples. So, let's just multiply this fraction by the denominator of the other fraction, and it is 3, and multiply this fraction by the other fraction's denominator, and it is x plus 2. So multiply it by x plus 2. Now what we get? We get it 3 times 3 plus x plus 2, don't forget brackets, times 1. Okay, that won't change anything, but if it wasn't 1, it would. And divided it by the product of these two denominators. So x plus 2 times 3. And this is equal to 0. Now, we need to do some grouping. So this will give us 9. This will give us x plus 2, because we multiply it by 1, so it doesn't really change anything. So x plus 2 divided by, now I'll take another color to show you that we multiply 3. Okay, sorry, I'm not sure what happened. Okay, so I'm multiplying 3 by x, and I'm also multiplying 3 by 2, and I get that it is 3x plus 6, and it is equal to 0. Okay, so now 9 plus 2 will give us, okay, I'll take another color, will give us 11 plus x, and it will be divided by 3x plus 6, as it was. Okay, and it is equal to 0. Now that we make our that we are left with one fraction, we can do the same thing as we did in our previous examples. Okay, I'm sorry what is happening. Okay, so 11 plus x must be equal to 0, because you see, then this will be equal to 0, then we divide 0 by any number, we get 0. So that's why we do that. And 3x plus 6 can't be 0, because we can't divide by 0. 3x plus 6 is not equal to 0. And now we get, if we move the 11 to the other side, we get that x is equal to minus 11. That is our solution. And we need to check if it's right. Okay, so we need to solve this equation. If we move 6 to another side, we get that 3x is not equal to minus 6. And now we divide both sides by 3, and we get that x is not equal to minus 2. So our answer is minus 11. If we would get here minus 11, it would mean that our equation has no solutions, at least not real solutions. Let's say we have 4 divided by x plus 1 minus 3 divided by x minus 2, and it is equal to 0. Now, we need to do exactly the same thing as we did in our previous example. Multiply this by x minus 2, or maybe I'll take another color, okay? Let me take green, for example. And I multiply this by x minus 2, the denominator of the other fraction, and this fraction I multiply by x plus 1. So this is multiplied by x plus 1. Now what we get? We get that 4 times x minus 2 minus 3 x plus 1 is divided by the product of these two fractions, let me take another color, x plus 1 times x minus 2, and this is equal to 0. Now, this is a bit different from our previous examples, but first let's rearrange our numerator a bit. So multiply 4x by 4 and minus 2 by 4, and also we do the same thing here. Okay, so what do we get? We get that 4x minus 4 times minus 2, okay, or 4 times 2, but because there is a minus, the minus appears here. So 4x minus 8 minus, now don't forget this minus, and let us make brackets here, okay, a big brackets. 3 times x will give us 3x, 3 times 1 will give us 3, the brackets close, and we rewrite this. Don't open these brackets because it won't be useful to you and you'll lose time, and time is precious during our exams. Okay, so x plus 1 times x minus 2, and this is equal to 0. Now let's open these brackets. So basically what it is, it's minus 1 here, so these signs in these brackets will change. Okay, so it will get, let's rewrite this, for x minus 8 minus 3x, because I'm multiplying by minus 1, okay, minus 3, because 3 multiplied by minus 1 gives us minus 3, minus 3, and it is divided by x plus 1 times x minus 2, and it is equal to 0. Okay, so let's continue by grouping our products. Okay, I'll take another color. So we need to group these two. 4x minus 3x will give us x, and we need to group these two. So minus 8 minus 3 will give us minus 11. Okay, it's minus 11, and we simply rewrite our denominator, x plus 1 times x minus 2, and it is equal to 0. Now we can finally solve this equation. Okay, so we say that our numerator x minus 11 should be equal to 0 if we want all fraction to be 0, and x plus 1 can't be 0, and x minus 2 can't be 0. X minus 2 can't be 0. Okay, because you see, if I get here 0, then multiplied by any number it will be 0, and I will be dividing by 0, and that can't be, I simply can't do that. And the same thing goes to x minus 2. Okay, so I get that our answer for this equation is 11. X is equal to 11. I'm moving this minus 11 to the other side, and x can't be minus 1, x can't be minus 1, and x can't be 2. Okay, so here's our answer. Our answer is that x is 11, and we are sure that we did everything right, because x can't be minus 1 and x can't be 2. And if you want to check yourself, you can look at it. If I put here 2, okay, if I put here 2, I'll get 0 here, and I'll be multiplied by any number here, I'll be dividing by 0. The same goes to this. If I here put minus 1, this will give us 0, and that can't be. Okay, let's move to our final example. Okay, so let's say we have an equation 8x plus 8 divided by x times x plus 1 is equal to 0. So what we do now, we say that our numerator 8x plus 8 is equal to 0. We also say that our x times x plus 1, our denominator, can't be 0. So x times x plus 1 can't be 0. So from this equation, we get that our 8x is equal to minus 8, because we're moving this 8 to the other side, and if we divide both sides by 8, we get that our x is equal to minus 1. Okay, so this is our answer, but there is a catch in this example. So from this equation we see that x can't be 0, okay, because if x is 0, this whole thing is 0 and it can't be. Also, we see that x plus 1 can't be 0, okay? X plus 1 can't be 0. So, it means that x can't be minus 1, because we are moving this 1 to the other side and we get minus 1. So, from these two equations, we get, let me take another color, we get that x is equal to minus 1. It's from here, okay? X is minus 1. Also, we get that x is not equal to 0 and x is not equal to minus 1. Okay? So, there is a contradiction here. We say that our equation will be 0 if x is minus 1, but we also say that if x is minus 1, our denominator is equal 0, and it can't be, because we can't divide by 0. So what that means is, it means that our equation has no solutions. It has no solutions, okay? It has no solutions. This equation has no real solutions, okay? I'll say real because it is possible to solve it with imaginary numbers, but it's not what we are studying here, okay? So there is no real solutions. So yeah, that's last example. I hope you understood it, and see you next time.